Good evening. It's Drewz Viewz here, back for another reaction to The Haunting of Hill House. And today I'm up to episode 9, the penultimate episode here. Things are coming to a head. Luke just went to the house, doused it in gasoline, didn't seem to do anything. Someone came up from behind to grab him, a ghost or whatever. His dad and brother are en route. Both his living sisters are en route. His dead mom and dead sister are probably ghosts in there somewhere. The whole family's coming together. But I think this episode specifically, I've saw a comment saying that it deals with the mom primarily, or this is kind of like her focus episode, which makes sense. We've had a focus episode on all the other characters pretty much. And apparently it's called Screaming Meemies, so I don't know what that is. Sounds like a Dave Matthews song or something, but probably something to do with the mom. She was kind of a smashing mommy last time. Smashed up the mirror of that vanity that Steve made for her when, back in the flashback, she was losing it. So we shall see what happens here. But I assume that in the present timeline, they're all going to be showing up to the house, seeing what's going on. I don't know. But I'm ready to go ahead and find out.
Dozed off, huh?
Before the storm,
I hope you carried them up.
which is what we saw in the other episode, I guess.
Freeze them. Keep them just like this forever. No, Yeah.
She's zoned out there.
We slept through it, I suppose.
I slept through most of it too, but
You're sleepwalking through most of it.
when I was 12, my dad died unexpectedly. Started bawling. His dam just broke.
Mrs. Dudley is like, okay.
So I cried harder. The hail came harder too. Now this sounded like rocks, like actual stones. It was rocks.
So stuff's been happening to her even before Hill House.
It happens in Revelations as well.
Of course, bringing back their religion.
I thought it was my fault. And somehow those feelings came together up there in the atmosphere. It's only as you grow up that they start to sound crazy.
We're at the headaches. There's that ghost that Steve saw.
I said no, Luke.
Okay.
Luke
Not
written
for
on the
me,
fridge.
for Abigail. She isn't feeling good lately.
Interesting. Cheryl's morgue. I mean, she wouldn't logically recognize Nellie as an adult, right? Is that Luke? Hope that's not implying that he's dead already.
I do. I mean, they were adults, so I didn't recognize them right away, but the more I looked, the more I knew.
I don't know if this is supposed to be before or after the whole thing with the blueprint. I guess it's after, because that's when he injured his hand. Are we going to hit up modern day at all in this episode? Other than that flash to the future she had? Pretty sure that's the woman from the picture we saw, though. I think last time that Mrs. Dudley said it was in the nut house or whatever. Got 20's flapper.
You are a looker, aren't you? I had one crib about here, I think. You try and keep them safe. All you can do, really, but it's hard, isn't it? Losing a child, do you think?
I don't think there's anything worse than that.
Well, you'll be dead before it happens, so don't worry about it.
For days, weeks, it took weeks for her to quit gulping that watery air, quit gaping at me like a fish on the beach, but finally she did. bang on the walls for Mama and just bang, 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 bang. And
That's the banging that Theo and Cheryl heard, maybe?
but that was just a dream.
That's me in the corner.
And they were safe in their beds.
Visions of sugar plums danced in their heads.
Perfect, aren't they?
Is that her as an old lady? Yeah. All right. Seeing her young and old.
They're the elephant's eyebrows, those two.
Just Ghost is gonna trick her into doing something bad, I think.
I mean, positively screaming Meemies.
Screaming Mimi is like a term from the 20s, maybe?
If they were stuck in that dream, you'd wake them. 'Cause I got a secret.
You?
Oh, that's when that happened.
I could see it. Janet's up for a visit.
Okay, the timeline's coming together here. We should be leading up to that night in this episode, I would think.
What if I dream that you kill us? That you sent us away into the dark and we get hurt? Really hurt. You send us away.
I think this is gonna be where she's standing in the room and then
I have to die.
Steve comes in and
I'm
sees her
so
and she thinks she's
sad.
talking to them.
I'm scared of the dark out there. And the dark gets us. A piece at a time, over years and years and years. But are we safe with you, Mommy? Are we really?
Interesting seat there, couch, whatever that thing is.
That's right.
Hey, Gina, you gotta put some shoes on with all this glass and everything around the house here.
I mean, the kids are safe. It's just in my head.
No. Stand firm between the world out there and these little souls, because the world out there has teeth. You listen to your gut. Hold the door. How much longer are you staying here? Maybe even sooner than that.
Why would you say that?
It's kind of like the same talk Mr. Dudley had with Hugh. But
And my child is not allowed to step foot on this place. Not once. I didn't want to watch anything else get fed upon. He said it was a family. 2 children the same age as my... So I said I would work.
mistake.
Very different in the night. It's different in the dark. But you know that, don't you?
Now let's see what she's gonna see that makes her smash the mirror.
Mom? Mommy?
What am I supposed to do here? What do you want me to do, huh?
And all the things. All those colors. They're all gone now. And there's only one left.
Red.
I think maybe Monday's a little late for your trip.
Well, he said he thought she was gone to the cop, so it's probably tomorrow night that it goes down.
You guys be good and take care of your poor handsome dad for me.
Mommy?
Yeah, sweetie?
Can Abigail spend the night while you're gone? Like a sleepover. Nellie said it was okay. She can have my bed.
It's fine, sweetie.
That's Steve, that shirt Steve's wearing.
Okay, Luke, listen. You cannot just sit here. So nasty.
She's fine.
Just stay up so late.
Hugh says hi.
Oh no, she doesn't. All right, I think we're finding out what went down finally. I think the ghosts are gonna open up that red room. She's sleepwalking, or no, maybe not. I guess sleep talking was her thing, not walking.
Mom? What are you doing here? I thought you were at Aunt Janet's.
I just missed you all so much. Kittens meet their mummies and then they don't.
Nellie.
Oh yeah, they said in the other episode she was having a tea party with them.
See, I told you she was real.
You're not in any trouble.
Well, you know what? I wonder if Abigail is supposed to be the Dudley's
Tea party?
daughter that died.
You've been so patient.
Must be.
Very quiet.
It's open.
Oh boy.
I just saw her in the kitchen and she was being really weird.
Is that so?
She's sneaky though.
A lot of that stuff
Like
on the
me.
walls there.
You're perfectly safe.
Oh, it's rat poison.
Still a little hot.
You blow on it.
Mine?
What's wrong?
No, I'm just gonna feed my kids some rat poison.
I'm just so happy.
Better be shaking that leg, Hugh. I mean, we know they don't drink it, I guess, but except this ghost child.
You don't have to worry now, sweetie.
About what?
What you asked me.
What dream?
She's gonna wake up.
What's wrong? Abigail!
Just a moment, and then there'll be no more pain.
What are you doing?
But Abigail's not actually real, is she? Because the dad saw her right there.
It's Abigail in the window!
Okay.
In there.
The other side of the episode, one thing.
He wouldn't.
Well, he would now.
Who?
Poppy.
They're not the same person?
He's a liar.
Eyes closed.
He's driving them into the dark. He's killing them. He's killing all of them.
I think she jumps off the balcony, right? Or does she hang herself like Nellie?
God. No. Are you awake now? He's killing all of them.
It's okay, Shiv. Just a screaming Mimi.
Why can't I wake up?
This is it.
Oh, first time they got there.
It's gonna be a long summer.
Well, haven't you always wanted it in the summer?
Not as long as you guys thought.
Are you coming?
It's all you.
Oh, gee, thanks.
You guys go on without me.
How could we?
Okay then, so I think that basically catches us up on all the flashbacks that are relevant, everything we need. I'm assuming next time we'll be pretty much just in the present timeline with the drama at the house. So yeah, no present timeline in that Screaming Meemies episode there, except for some flashes of the older children that Olivia was seeing. I'm not sure how we're supposed to take that exactly. Like, she was really seeing into what is essentially the future, some aspects at least, because Nellie really was there, and the room looked the same, the kids looked the same. I don't know if we're supposed to take it as she's literally seeing that as it happens, or she's just seeing someone she knows to be her kids in the future, and it's played by the actors, because obviously we would recognize them as the viewer, but it's not really like exactly what happened. I don't know. I mean, also because Luke was dead there, and we saw him at the end of the last episode. He was in some trouble, so I don't know if we're also supposed to take that he has been killed now, and that the rest of the family is going to find him dead there, or what. I mean, I'm leaning toward no, because I think, well, I mean, I guess they could still show it. I was going to say I'm leaning toward no, because they would show us it in the final episode, but they still could do that. But I don't know. Yeah, basically was filling in a lot of the gaps, and we saw what went down there. Another thing with Abigail, like, I was getting a little confused there. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a real girl, because the dad saw it, but he was seeing other ghosts too, I guess. But if the ghost, Poppy or whatever, wants her to kill the kids, or, you know, she's coercing her to kill herself, do all this stuff, and I don't know who put it in her. I had to get the rat poison with the tea and all that stuff, but if the ghosts are trying to trick her into killing the kids, why would they show the one ghost girl dying and then the kids realize and don't drink it, or whatever happens there. Also, a good thing that Shirley woke up there and was down in the kitchen, and then we see the ghost again. Abigail, like Luke saw her in the window when they're leaving, and then Olivia saw her too, but the girl's still dead on the ground. I'm just making sure it's not the Dudley's kid, because, well, first of all, I thought it was maybe the ghost of the Dudley's kid anyway that they lost, and maybe the age would have lined up, but then it seemed like it was Poppy's daughter. I don't know, or does that matter? Is it just like it is supposed to be the Dudleys? I don't know, because Mrs. Dudley also said that they had a daughter. Apparently, they have a living daughter. She said something about being some of the kids' age or whatever, and that's why she decided it was a family. So she decided to help out, even though she didn't want to go back to the house. So I don't know. It's not like that's not like the Dudley's kid. And they didn't realize it, and she actually killed her, right? I'm assuming not, but it was a little confusing there. Maybe it's not supposed to be, but I mean the whole scene was tense anyway. Even though I knew that obviously that Nellie and Luke don't drink the poison there, it was still pretty tense, pretty well well shot, well directed, and everything. Had me nervous there, even though I basically know it's not gonna happen. So yeah, that's crazy. I mean, that pretty much makes sense. Everything that went down. Obviously, Hugh would shove her out of the way. That's how the thing Steve mentioned, I think last episode, that she had like a cracked back of her skull or something. That's why that went down. I guess the red room, there is no key. I mean, the ghost just opened it, evidently. Like I had mentioned during it, they had Mrs. Dudley talking to Olivia, kind of like the flip of Mr. Dudley talking to Hugh in his episode. I thought the Poppy, like the flapper one, was the same as the old lady. And I think maybe that is true still, but then the old lady goes to warn her against her younger self. Is that what happened? Yeah, there's some confusing things for me in here, like I've been saying, but yeah, it's pretty interesting how it went down there, the kind of slow descent into madness. Well, very slow, and they put a little bit in each episode throughout this whole nine episodes so far, but even just in this episode itself, we obviously got the most of it, but so actually, yeah, based on this episode, it's kind of a quick descent into madness, I guess, but yeah, and there's the parallels of like her at what presumably is a motel room outside the city there, just like Nellie is before she goes to the house and everything goes down. Oh boy, so what's gonna happen next time? I mean, Luke could be dead, or we could see him die, or what's gonna happen? I mean, Hugh could die, any of them could die, theoretically. The whole family could. I don't know how it's gonna end otherwise. I mean, the house seemingly can't be burned down. It doesn't seem like these ghosts can really be reasoned with, but I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of what the loose ends are here. Shirley and Theo kind of made up last time. We still have Shirley's whole family, but it's well possible that we don't see them again. They're not really involved here at this point. With that one ghost that Shirley sees, I want to know what's up with him, the random normal guy. Let's see what else is a loose end here. Well, we'll see how Steven's coming to terms with all this. He's finally got to accept that it's real here. See if Hugh can save the family or not. He can fix it or not. Like I was saying, I'm assuming it's not going to be, there's not much more to flash back to at this point, but they'll probably sneak one or two in some way or other. We shall see, but I'm pretty pumped for the finale now, episode 10. That should be out next week on the channel here. Please do subscribe to Drewz Viewz here. If you like these, check out some of my other reactions too. If you like, leave a comment. Anything like that. Leave a like. Hey, leave a dislike if you like. Some people have been doing that as well. It's fair, I guess. So do whatever you want. But join me back next time for Drewz Viewz, Drewz Booze. And until then, I'm Ghost. Peace.
Shake a leg.